Welcome to Moment of Truth, Part 3. This is U.S.B. My Nation channel, where we talk about social, faith, and politics. If these three things is what you want to hear about, please do subscribe, like the video so that it can reach others like you, and bring on your comments on the comment section. Remember, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Do not allow your mouth to be closed. But when you speak, speak with wisdom, because talk is not cheap. This video, I welcome you, my subscribers. I welcome those that will subscribe to this very new channel. I welcome the supporters of the United States of Biafra nation, newly declared under Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. I welcome the good, wonderful women and men of my nation cabinets. I say, may God bless each and every one of us. In this very part 3 of the Moment of Truth, I want to tag it, wealth is in your subconsciousness. Wealth, richness is in our subconsciousness. Why am I making this video? This very afternoon, the 2nd day of December 2026, I came across a video made by my own brother, Exodus, Biafra Exodus TV. And that video, it was a short clip. He played a video of a Westerner narrating, outlining the richness in Africa and asking, why then is Africa poor? And then my brother was asking himself and us, why are we poor? Why are we fighting ourselves? Why do we make our problem us to be our problem instead of seeing the real problem? Knowing that this person asking us this question is a very right question in the first place. But they are the problem that we are into. He must be innocent. But when we talk here, remember, it is politics. It's everybody knew that it is the West that kept Africa in darkness. If it is not, why do they want to unalive Traore? If it is not, why is the alliance of AES their problem? And yet, they will come back to tell us human rights, children rights, women rights. Are those in Africa not part of those rights? I ask, and I need an answer from someone, please. If those in Africa are part of those rights, why then do they think that Africans' life is lesser life? Why do they think that African life does not matter? Why does the Westerners lie to their citizens when they talk about Africans or African nation? Why? We are living with them, we know. I have educated many of them. And many of them are difficult to change. Because the most dangerous thing you will do to a child is molding a child on lie. And these people has molded many of their generation, including themselves. They were handed over lies about Africans. They came and they see that it's not true. But they continue on this lie. Why? Because it's the lie that is benefiting them. So when my brother was discussing this, and within me, I now said, African wealth actually is not in our resources. If we continue to make our resources our wealth, we will never be liberated. That is why my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of the United States of Biafra, said, take the petroleum, take whatever you want to take, and watch us what will become. Because he understood that wealth is in your brain, it's in your subconsciousness. It's about how you reason. That is wealth. When your resources become your wealth, your name is stomach infrastructure. Because it's your brain that will tell you what that video was all about. Because the video ended up saying Africa can only see wealth, liberate from poverty, when they start mining their own minerals, refining them, and selling them. Not making themselves the owner of the land and not the owner of what comes from the land. Because when you see what is going on, everything that came from the land of Africa is being used outside, manufactured and brought back. The market still remains in Africa. In fact, if African politicians can stand up, Africa can strive alone. I tell you, without any problem. Alone. If they decide to close the continent, they will not have any problem. The market is there, the knowledge is there, the resources are there, the techniques are there, the technology is also with the people. So what is holding us back? What is making us poor? Why is Africa poor? Why are we being referred as poor people when we're supposed to be referred as the kings and the riches of this earth? Can you see somebody from Saudi Arabia and you call that person poor? Saudi Arabia is a desert. But look at them. Are they not human beings like Africans? Why can't Africans and African politicians journal their grievances on how to liberate their brain? Because if African brains are not liberated, Africa will continue to wallow in poverty. Africa will continue to fight themselves. The West will bring the gun to their own place and hand it over to you as an African in an African continent, to your politicians to distribute among your citizens to destroy themselves, and you will do that because your brain is dead. That is the reality. When we say that our votes don't count, these people they put on the seats of Africa nations, they are few. They are not up to 0.00001% of all the African citizens. So if these people they chose imposed on us are not majority, don't you see that the majority can change the narrative? If you want to know if it is true, go and see what is happening in Burkina Faso. On this junction, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. This is U.S.B. My Nation channel, where we discuss social, faith, and politics. Everything that will make our world a better place. Remember, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. And this is Moment of Truth, Part 3. So, Burkina Faso's citizens took it upon themselves to guard their nation, to guard their president, knowing how much danger it posed on them if those that made themselves an enemy of progress should lay their hands on their president. They have had the first experience. Experience is the best teacher, and they don't want the affliction to arise the second time. If all Africans will learn, and wherever you are in this planet, whether you find yourself as an African American, whether you find yourself as African immigrants, whether you find yourself as African citizens in African nation, when we get to know these truths and tell ourselves the truth and know the priority of what we are fighting and fight with our brain and subconsciousness, then things will change for us. Or if we don't, do not expect change. Those countries where we are, people fought for them. They didn't arise by themselves. Go and search their history. There were wars. But these wars were not created by outsiders, like in the case of Africa. These wars were created by their kings, their merchandise against the poor. But because the poor realize at a certain time that they are the majority and they are the ones that the power is in their hand, whatever democracy is telling you is a simple thing. You are the majority suffering, you are the majority enslaved, you are the majority have no food, and these few people are using you. The majority get up and fought their fights. And this is why you, as an African, saw where you ran to when they chase you away. Remember, it is all about templates. They made you to go out of your nation. You come to their nation. You start life afresh. At the time you're supposed to be settling from family, you are still thinking of how to eat. Even when you remain in Africa, you are thinking of how to get a job. You are thinking of what to do. And when you start to do something, they will use your politicians and their own policies to come into your country and destroy what you have built. You will start all over again. Before you know it, time is gone. You see yourself, you are still bringing children at the age of 50, and you think it's an achievement. It is nothing but a curse. And all of us, as African, the earlier we start to come to the social media platform when we have the privilege to tell ourselves the truth, then we will not be contributing positively to our problems. So if you are an African and you come always when you see good things happening, you want to come to put your voice to the majority, you are not supposed to be an African in the first place. Because most times, the majority voice is not the truth voice. Those that knows what they stand for, they don't wait for the majority. They have a reason for doing whatever they are doing. Are you going to be part of them when it comes to the matter concerning Africa, especially United States of Biafra? It is a question for me and you. When you fight the government of the United States of Biafra newly declared, you fight the good nations, the good citizens. You come to the social media, wasting the time you're supposed to use to better yourself, to cause trouble. What are you doing? What are you telling your own immediate children watching you in the house? What will you achieve for them at the end? What we adults and parents quickly forget is that whatever we are doing, our children are watching us. You can't be hostile in front of your computer or handsets, making videos, and your baby is watching you, growing, seeing you online, because quickly he or she will be handling the same gadgets that you are using. He will be seeing your faces, and he is seeing how you are talking. And you come home and you want to discipline that child when you have not disciplined yourself, knowing that to make a good child is like a mirror. You are the mirror of your own children. So if you think you can be a good father inside the house, tell your children, and you come to the social media and fight and lie, you are deceiving yourself. You can't deceive nature. Nature has a way of judgment. No matter how high you put those children, they will come back worse than what you are, because that is the true blood that brings them out. You cannot run away from your shadow. If you see this video, you listen to it, I would like you, as an African, as a Biafran, bring your comments. Let us know whether I am making sense or not. Remember, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. And do not forget, your destiny is in your hand. Thank you for watching. Until we see next time, this is U.S.B My Nation channel, where we talk about social, faith, and politics. See you next time. Thank you for watching.